Hello and welcome to this video on simplifying trigonometric expressions. This is example 3. And in this video, we're going to go ahead and not factor. The past couple of examples, we've been factoring items out. But if you notice in this example here, none of my terms have anything in common. So a good strategy also to, and we've seen this when we worked with the unit circle and we had to calculate tangent and cotangent, a good strategy is to put everything in terms of sine and cosine. So I'm gonna do that right now, and the identity that we're going to use is that sine of x plus cotangent. So cotan theta, or cotangent of x, is cosine of x divided by sine of x. So I'll just go ahead and write that in here. So cosine of x divided by sine of x. Okay, and all I did right here was just a direct substitution. Okay, so now I have sine of x plus cosine of x divided by sine of x times cosine of x. And what I'm going to do here is I'll just, to make it kind of clear, you don't have to do this, but I'm going to put a denominator of 1 there, and I'm going to just multiply. So I have sine of x plus cosine x squared, which is cosine squared x, divided by sine of x. Okay, so I've combined these two terms, but notice I still have addition. I have multiple terms here. I want to kind of collapse this into one term. So what I'm going to do is what we did in our prior knowledge. In this step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a common denominator. Okay, and I'm going to do this by multiplying by a ratio of 1. So multiply by a ratio of 1. Okay, so notice that my denominator on my second term is sine of x, so I want to introduce that to my second term. So what I'll do is, if this denominator is 1, I'm going to multiply top and bottom by sine of x. Okay, and what I get is, sorry, it keeps doing that, sine of x over, sorry, sine squared of x, right? Sine of x times sine of x is equal to sine squared x over sine of x. Man. Plus cosine squared x over sine of x. So notice now that my two terms have the same denominator, and thus now I can perform addition. So I have, man, that's annoying me, sine squared x plus cosine squared x all over sine of x. So this is equal to 1 over sine of x. And if you're asking what happened to the numerator, this is our Pythagorean identity. Right? We have sine squared x plus cosine squared x is equal to 1. So notice I have simplified this down now to 1 over sine x, but I'm not done. I'm going to use now a reciprocal identity. Okay, which is that 1 over sine of x, this is equal to cosecant of x. Sorry for these glitches, guys. Okay, so my answer here is going to be cosecant of x. And that is my answer. Hopefully you got that through all the glitching that's going on. Okay, and I'll just go back and number this for you, right? That's step 4, reciprocal identity. Here we used our Pythagorean identity, and in this step, this is where we got our common denominator. Okay, so hope you liked my video. Give me a thumbs up, and example 4 will be next. Thank you.